I want to talk about Oklahoma. I want to talk about Oklahoma at SEC Media Days. I also want to talk about just how Oklahoma is being perceived at SEC Media Days before and apparently after. Some of y'all just going to have to learn the hard way, all right? Like, there's a number of things I want to get through. Takeaways from Brent Venables, takeaways from Nick Saban, takeaways from Jackson Arnold, and not just that Jackson Arnold was at SEC Media Days and say Nico Iamaleava was not, but that Danny Stutzman was All-American, that Billy Bowman was All-American, that Oklahoma brought 3 of the best players in college football, let alone from Oklahoma, let alone the SEC, to SEC Media Days in Dallas, which is basically home base for Oklahoma, right? Norman, 3 hours down the road, recruit the hell out of the DFW, just ask Jackson Arnold, who is the National Gatorade Player of the Year from the DFW area, okay? That's a little bit upfront about recruiting against Arkansas and Texas A&M and Texas and LSU and all these programs that Oklahoma's been recruiting against for decades, all right? But look here, man. In a land full of TIE fighters and the evil empire that is the SEC, be an X-Wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really understand why I got to say it this way, but I'm going to put it out as plainly as I can. Some of y'all have forgotten that Oklahoma is a blue blood college football program. It ain't that Oklahoma got to play an SEC schedule. It's that the damn SEC got to play Oklahoma. All right? I'm saying that. Like, I've been giving Texas they flowers. I've been talking nice about Texas. I've been talking nice about Georgia. I've been talking nice about Alabama, Tennessee, LSU. Hell, I even got some nice things to say about Missouri. Just not Vanderbilt. I ain't got nothing nice to say about Vanderbilt. Nothing at all. But I just wanted y'all to understand that when Brent Venables got up on the days, he got up there and showed you a level 2 of his intensity. Some people were like, yo, dog, he intense answering these questions and giving these answers. That's because you don't know what you're looking at. You don't know Brent Venables like we know Brent Venables. You don't know the man that invented I need my own get back coach because I'm so fired up all the time, 24/7, 365. The man that is running the stadium steps at Oklahoma Memorial Stadium before you get out of bed. All right? That is the mentality. Not just of Oklahoma or the Sooners, but the state of damn Oklahoma. Y'all better recognize, you know, there was a reporter from Next Round. She asked an interesting question about how Oklahoma announced its restructuring of its staffing, you know, with a general manager and whatnot. And what was laid out for me and you, Brent Venables has decided that Oklahoma needs to look and act like an NFL team, okay? I've been telling y'all for years, the pro team in the state of Oklahoma is in Norman, okay? I don't want to hear nothing about no Thunder. I understand they're young, they fun, all that stuff. The pro team wears crimson and cream, okay? Understand me here. Understand me. It ain't that Oklahoma wanted to join the SEC so much as it wanted to leave the Big 12, okay? Oklahoma running that conference since its inception in 1996. And yet here we are talking about what Oklahoma ain't done and what Oklahoma ain't got. You know, Brent Venables told Nick Saban something that I thought was worth repeating, because Nick Saban thought it was worth repeating too, is that he's got a bunch of guys on his roster now that can lead themselves. Got a bunch of dudes that know how to go make it happen for themselves. They don't need to be pushed. They don't need to be coaxed. They understand what it is they want, and they understand what it is they have to do to go get it. In many respects, I am a son of that philosophy. I know how to go get it. I run 6 plays, split veers, like Novocaine. Just give it time, always works. I know who I am. Oklahoma knows who it is. It's time the SEC respected that and showed a little bit, just a little bit of respect. I mean, you gave Oklahoma the toughest damn schedule in the conference, and it's their first year in the conference. Why don't you act like that's a measure of respect? How about this one? The head coach at Mississippi State was not only an offensive coordinator at Oklahoma before he got that job, he is a graduate of the University of Oklahoma. He is alumni, okay? How about this? The athletic director at Mississippi State was grown up at Oklahoma, both as a kiddo and as an administrator. How about this? The damn head coach at the University of Michigan is an Oklahoma graduate. No matter how much he wants y'all to think of him being a Michigan man, you from Derby, Kansas, you went to Oklahoma. You graduated from Oklahoma, Sharon. Okay? I said Sharon because I'm saying Sharon. I'll say Sharon, right now it's Sharon. Right now I'm taking it back to the north side just for a little bit. I understand some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about when I say about the north side. But you're going to learn today. You're going to learn. I'm from the state that gave Michigan Dax Hill. I'm from the state that gave Josh Proctor Ohio State. I'm from the state that grew up a Heisman Trophy winner from Tuttle, Oklahoma, and none of y'all don't know where Tuttle, Oklahoma is on the damn map. I'm from the state that put a Heisman Trophy winner into college football from Oklahoma City at Putnam North. Recognized. That's all. That's all we saying. I feel like I've been holding on to this for some time, because I've been trying to be cool about doing each one of these segments, and I want to talk about the takeaways and whatnot and what I get, but that's been brewing for some time. And I was hoping that maybe at SEC Media Days, my fears would be allayed and people would be like, you know what, Oklahoma, they bout it. They bout it. We are lucky to have them. They are a force, have been a force in college football since we've been playing college football. But what we get is two things. Texas ain't going to be running nothing. Okay, sure. And Oklahoma is in for a rude awakening. Look, I've been the first to tell you I don't like the schedule. Why the hell can't we play the bye week, a.k.a. Vanderbilt? Why y'all give that to Texas? Y'all think Texas is so good? Why Georgia get to go to them? You know what I'm saying? We got Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, Missouri, LSU, all on the schedule. All on the schedule. Auburn on the schedule. Meanwhile, what did Brent Venables do? He said, look here. Oklahoma is not intimidated by the SEC as a football team. We like being here. We wanted to be here. We are privileged to be in the toughest conference in all of football. But let's not act like Oklahoma doesn't deserve to be here and deserve its respect. I didn't say fear. I said respect. Okay? Oklahoma brought the National Gatorade Player of the Year in Jackson Arnold. It brought what I thought was the Jim Thorpe Award winner in Billy Bowman. Hell of a season he had last year. And the talisman, Danny Stutzman, linebacker. Oklahoma should feel real good about a Heisman Trophy candidate in Jackson Arnold. Perhaps a Thorpe Award winner in Billy Bowman. And perhaps a Butkus Award winner in Danny Stutzman. And that's just three of the dudes that I could talk to you about that he brought to SEC Media Days. David Stone could be the best true freshman defensive tackle in the league. It's like that, right? I tend to think, you're right about it's going to be close. You're right about it's a one-possession league. It's a one-possession league everywhere you look. Everybody can beat you, everybody but Vanderbilt. And yet and still, the thing that people have been saying about Oklahoma is, I don't know if they're big enough to play in this league. Brent Venables actually took that question on. And he said, I trust my eyes. And even Nick Saban said that's a hell of a scheme he's running out there. And it's been a hell of a scheme he's running for some years. Yeah, because that scheme beat the hell out of you from the national championship. You know who else raised Brent Venables up to be a head coach? Bob Stoops. Know where he learned to do that? Oklahoma. Do you know that the University of Tennessee's head coach is alumni of Oklahoma? That's Mississippi State. That's Tennessee. That's Michigan. Who else you know can make that claim? That they got 3 head coaches who graduated from their college at the Power 5 level, let alone the SEC and the Big Ten, the 2 most powerful conferences in football. Oklahoma got 24 players that are returning as 3-year starters. Okay? Got 38 brand new players. Bunch of guys that are going to have to learn what it is to be a Sooner. To understand that the name you got on the trust is being lent to you. It's my name. Oklahoma, that's my name. Okay? It's lent to you. You need to give it back in the condition that it was lent to you. And I mean that, dog. Like, it's like that. That's why I love this sport. That's why I got into talking about college football, because I feel it that way. I feel it that way when I'm playing EA Sports College Football 25. I'm getting after it. I'm putting together my ultimate team because I want to be one of those dudes in the PvP arena making it happen. Like, I got Dynasty going. I got Road to Glory going. I'm going to have those going. But what I want to do is be the best. That's all we got in Oklahoma. You don't understand. That's why it's a pro team. Like, they make jokes about us. They make jokes about Arkansas. They make jokes about Nebraska. They make jokes about these states that don't have professional football teams in the NFL. What they fail to understand is that is why we are who we are in college football. Some of y'all are new here. Some of y'all don't know that I've been doing this show in some capacity since 2017, that I've been doing the show at Fox Sports since 2021, and that I love it, that I was privileged to find it, that I showed up making videos on my iPhone, editing them in iMovie, and posting them to the YouTube channel first from a step mill, piece of cardio equipment, because I can't run. My knees have been blown out twice on the right side, and ACL twice on the right and once on the left. I just ain't got much left in my knees. I can't go run like that. If I go run a 5K, I'm going to have to ice down after the fact. Just can't do it like that. So I got to do on the low impact stuff. That's why I'm on the step mill. That's why I would always lead with I am not on the step mill, because I'm not. That's where we got started. But as I was continuing to do this, what I come to find out is not only do I love it, but there was a group of people, a group of remarkable people who also loved it, who loved Oklahoma football, who loved college football, who eat, sleep, and breathe their teams. They're the folks that I'm in the comments with, you know, saying things, right? When I give you the fist pound, that's a fist pound. That's what that is. Because I wanted to be at a space where we could all talk about this thing that we love with some passion, with some drive, with some energy. And I've been privileged to do that. I see that in Brent Venables. I see that in a lot of the people that he has decided to surround himself with. When you only got one speed, like I got, like Brent got, it's real difficult for people to understand just why you're so relentless and why you are doing what you're doing. And yeah, we are pursuing excellence. And yes, we are pursuing championships. Like when we get to 100,000 subscribers, that's the national championship for me, man. I will spontaneously combust when that happens because it means that much to me. But it is also the process. I love the process of making this show. I love the process of making these segments. I love being able to write down what it is I see, give an insightful answer or opinion about what I see, and talking with you about it. I love talking to players and coaches. I love scheme. I love fall Saturdays. I love knowing that if you can't afford to go to a football game, if you can't afford to go to OU Texas, if you can't afford to go to Texas A&M when it comes back, that you can watch it on television and you can have an experience that isn't like it, but it's damn close. I mean, I was raised watching college football on television because that's what we had. When I tell you that I believe that Oklahoma not only deserves to be in the SEC, but deserves everything that's coming to it, I want you to know it's because that place helped raise me. I graduated the University of Tulsa. I got a master's from Oklahoma. I was pursuing a PhD at Oklahoma State to be an English professor when this show was something that I had to pick up and run with because I was getting opportunities that I was fortunate to see were not offered to everybody else. I went from making this show on the step mill to hosting my own solo radio show, the first black solo radio show host in the state of Oklahoma, 9 to 11 daily. And I say that not to shine a light on race, but to shine a light on just how significant that was for bosses to see what I could do and think it was worthwhile. The same thing happened at ESPN when I did game night on Saturday night. Same thing has happened at Fox when they said, hey, would you like to do what you're doing but like full time? Yes. Yes. So we're here now. And we are covering college football, top to bottom. I have ranked all 134 teams in FBS. I've written over 25,000 words about those teams in a feature that you're going to read on Fox Sports at one point or another. I'm very proud of it. It also is a quarter the size of the last book that I wrote because I love it, and I want to show that. I love being a part of this sport. I love commentating on this sport. I love calling this sport. I love doing this show. And that's why I come out with fire and brimstone about my team. But also understanding, Oklahoma is one of 16 now. Vanderbilt, one of 15 now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in that league is good. Everybody in that league can go get you, except Vanderbilt. Now, SEC Media Day is halfway done. In a couple of weeks, we're going to start training camp. And then 3 weeks after that, we're playing football. And that's what I love most. You're going to get to find out for sure who the best is. And don't mind Oklahoma if it turns out to be them.